Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Client or day. So if you'd like to see that's not how you spell that. Guy. Hey, there's Solace. Welcome in, buddy. Hopefully the evening's running well. I'm just getting some promo posts out of the way, so in here. Good Thursday night. Up. See me on some. Guess you can't upload GIFs. The blue sky just yet. That's alright. YouTuber? Don't know how blue sky works, but fuck it. We'll make it work. Alright. Be all the prep work at least. Get the ad running. And then we've got some trees to work on. And by some, I mean a shitload. I am on the right layer for it. That's yeah, hopefully everyone's at least having a good so far. We are at least approaching the Christmas holidays, so at the very least, should have some upcoming family nonsense to probably keep you busy. Yeah, that's about right. I don't think any of us are really going to be super safe from the Christmas holidays at least, so in time. Today, at the very least, we'll just be working on because I didn't quite give myself the time during the week to didn't give myself the time during the week to actually work on doing the detailing here. So it's going to be kind of guessing and checking to make sure we can actually give proper shading to this, which will require a little bit of wiggling. Let's just get some basic details in here first. It'll make it a little bit easier to read. Hey there, Eldritch. Welcome in. I hope the evening's treating you alright. Welcome to Jude Paints Some Trees. This is admittedly the bigger art project that I've been wanting to do over the winter, and forgot about this part in terms of planning time slots and all that. This will probably keep us relatively busy when it comes down to it. Quiet night. For the most part, ska. This is apparently Spotify's ska dedicated playlist, but it branches out occasionally. But I guess as per the slight norm, art streams are generally good places to just ask me general nonsensical questions just while I'm going, if you were ever so inclined. Story time tends to be relatively easy just while I'm doing all my scratchy bullshit, so. And I guess in Kin's words, you kind of just go on autopilot while you're trying to do this kind of stuff. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff we're going to have to do to every single tree, and then we're going to have to edit the middle of this just so that way it can be lighter. Some brighter spots too. And I do kind of half wonder, once we do end up finishing this moment, if it'd be a smart idea to do an Arknights one afterwards. Because I like it enough that I realistically would like to draw it at some point. But I guess it's going to kind of come down to what I'd want to actually draw with it. Try doing a doll of an Arknights operator too. Get a general grasp on the design philosophies and seeing about chibifying one of them. Especially now that the daily life of Kaobe is kind of airing on the EOStar official channel right now. People are getting a relatively good glimpse of the nonsense Kaobe gets up to, considering they treat her like a sixth grader. And it does hurt slightly seeing her there, but that is just the level of intelligence Kaobe is just at, so hanging out with Bubble and Popcar is just kind of expected, I guess. Although I probably need to catch up with that little YouTube short series they're putting together with it. The last episode kind of had Bubble determined in trying to challenge Mountain to a fist fight, so I'm wondering what they're actually going to try with that. Because, I mean, no offense to the girl, she is a rhino, but, like, Mountain is still strong. Not something you're going to get away with super easily. Yeah, character choice so far for it has been a little bit odd, just because I don't know the most intricate levels of lore when it comes down to Arknights. But considering you've got Kaobe, Popcar, Bubble as the main trio, in her class, quote unquote, there is Ifrit, Rosemontis, and God, what is her name? The little fox archer. Uh, Veneer or Valheim or something? Doesn't adhere to any lore, it's more parody of some of it. Yeah. Vermeil. That's it, thank you. Which, for the case of like Vermeil and Rosemontis to some degree, yeah, they're both pretty young characters. Unfortunately, Ifrit's in a similar position as Kaobe. So apologies to all you Ifrit fans out there. You might have to take her to grade 7. Although, granted, the quote-unquote adult characters that they're using for the series is fun. I'm going to count Ethan in this, even though they're probably trying to play Ethan off as like a ninth grader or just in high school level compared to Kaobe and the rest of the grade schoolers. But with Ethan, Beanstalk, and Mountain being backup cast, that's so far being a relatively good choice. And I guess technically the Doctor as well, but they've done the admittedly better perception of not giving the Doctor a voice for the Chibi series, or just a hobo who hangs out in the shop. I mean, that's kind of what a ninth grader is, Solace. They skip class, they don't bother thinking about school. Whenever an adult authority figure tells them to go to school, they said no. Just what they do, man. Hi, the Kuma. And yep, I stream Wednesday through Saturday. Oh, welcome. Hopefully the evening's running well for you, and that your various bear escapades have been going well. Yeah, I haven't exactly been posting my going live notification things in your channel as much. Mainly just because I felt like posting those too often is probably just diminishing reputations. I don't talk much. Got home from work, so I'm gonna be trying Arknight stuff soon. Good luck. Okay. I'll definitely make sure to remember to do so. Just feels awkward sometimes, you know? In terms of the Arknight stuff, at least. I managed to get up to map 6 before I kind of had to focus on doing life things like eating lunch and prepping for stream. But the event this time around is interesting, at least. The mechanics aren't the worst thing in the world to deal with, but it is certainly going to pose challenges, especially with the tutorial 2 like you got to before. And I'd imagine Solace is probably close to getting stuff started on it too, to be honest. The mechanics of the event makes you sad? Why did they make you sad, Kuma? Like just wasted potential or it being annoying that you're kind of ham-fisted to use the flags? Or at least later on you're kind of ham-fisted to use the flags. Annoying. Yeah, you're not wrong. The brain's just like, yeah, that's about accurate. It's admittedly a little bit of a weird one to pay attention to, if only because you're having to focus on multiple lanes to make anything work. Which isn't impossible to do, but turn my brain off like almost all the time. To be fair, you're also dealing with school. It's not really easy to have your brain on all the time anymore. You're on school break right now? Oh, that's fine. You can still use the excuse. You're still technically within the school year, so this is just making me think and it hurts. Yeah. I tried doing my Archer Knight shenanigans, and I at least got up to stage 4 with them, but this round of events just requires too much DP generation that Archer Knights can't keep up with. Like, Black Knight to some degree helps with S2. S2? S3. No, S2. She's a 5-star. S2 at least giving you 4 DP every few seconds at the very least, which isn't too bad. But you need like Fang, Myrtle, or equivalent levels of DP generation to make it viable in some of the later stages. Which, I mean, for our cases at least, we all seem to have Myrtle trained up, so it's generally fine as long as you either have the addition of like another Vanguard or Bagpipe to at least speed up Myrtle up a bit. But the Vanguards also just help as ground blockers, so we'll get through it just fine. It is just going to take us a hot minute, though. So far, at least, I've been finding relatively good use for Mountain for like every single map. So having a cheap 2-blocker is just useful. And I might just have some recency bias just because he's been useful like in every event lately. At least to some degree. And you can be darker to help with the shading. I do kind of wonder if anyone will use the welfare unit from this event much, though. The way that you at least see him in the story, it doesn't feel like he would have much special to him, aside from just being a goody two-shoes, but that doesn't exactly line up with the marksman class very much. Oh, I'm on the hard brush. I'll do that. Okay. I probably made the lines a little bit too dark on the branches. That's fine. Let's see. Now that we're on executive or executor altar, hmm, let me just pull up operator list real quick. Who should be coming after this? Virtuoso? Let's see how much my phone hates this. Aya altar? Hmm. Aya altar is coming. The entire reason Toto started playing. Yeah. Toto does have a healthy love for Aya as well. So, Uma, if you do at least want to go talk with another Aya fan, do recommend going to Toto's side. But yeah, Aya Altar's banner should be next. And if I recall correctly, Aya Altar banner is going to be a combo between Aya Altar and Swire Altar, right? And then Typhoon or Typhon. So as much as I don't necessarily care to pull heavily on that banner, I kind of have to for Typhon. So I guess I'm hoping to end up with at least a copy of Swire and Aya. Although I don't fully recall what the benefit for Typhoon is, but for Archer Knight stuff, I do at least need to get a copy of her. Don't care about your ads, Google. Just show me my anime people. Let's see here. What was the benefit for her again? Alright, she can ignore people's defenses when she's attacking the same guy over and over again. And then slows enemies on first attack from talent 2. Here's 2. Oh, right. She's the coming storm. She's going to be launching everything at whatever enemy she marks against and is just going to be throwing AoEs at people. That was why I wanted her, because it'll be silly. And I was mildly sick of having Toddy Fawns and Totter and wanted a 6-star for that category. Although granted, all 3 of the Archer Knights, the Siegers, I'll at least start with T, so that's at least a thematic consistency, which is fine. Although it is admittedly a little bit scary whenever I have to actually use Otter for anything. Why did you go into horizontal? Phone, you're not allowed to do that unless I tell you to. I'll actually have to check the rest of the event tomorrow. Because I used up most of my sanity already just to burn it for sugar. But I'm gonna have to take a peek at 6 and 7 just so that I can get those going. Since we realistically should be farming more for rocks and Windex. Be careful, Solace. People may take you literally. And with your luck with heat, you're going to be having caramel poured on you and not sugar. I wonder if that's ever actually been used in any form of cinema as a torture method. Just trying to drown someone in caramel. Probably. Aren't too many candy-themed horror things, though. And the one by the name of Candyman isn't even candy-themed. He was just a Beetlejuice story wrapped into a plot. Or sorry, what is the marking there? Uh, Not even a double A film, like a single A film. Right? I guess realistically speaking, I could also just work on using some of the potions I've got left over. Oh, no, I couldn't actually do it over BlueStacks. I'd have to actually update BlueStacks first. Because I did not do that today. I've just been playing that straight from my phone. Oh, hey there, Mara. Welcome in. Hopefully the evening's running well. Thank you for the hydration. Always gotta make sure to keep everybody actually cleaned up. Where are your magnets? I don't have any magnets on hand right now, but I assure you they're at least on the fridge, left by all the good little friends who have stopped by. But how are things, Maro? Welcome to my little corner of the internet. We're just working on a slightly bigger art piece with starting up the background stuff. So we're kind of in slight autopilot detail mode because doing the full trees is either going to be extremely time consuming with this or extremely lazy with the other method. Oh, and do you? Lovely. Yeah, we've been making some progress on this at least. I'd almost half want to finish just the initial shading area, just so that way this part isn't just like a giant standout, but texture, I need to study this. Tree textures are annoying. There's so much miscellaneous scratching that actually comes because of it that it's honestly a little nasty. I guess I should probably press a little bit harder just so that we're not here all day. I always try to be a little delicate with the tablet, if only because I don't want it breaking on me too quickly. And there comes a point where I would like to at least finish this within 2024's time frame at least. You have a year. Yeah, I think more accurately, I'd like to at least finish this while it's still winter, just because that was the entire point of us starting this piece. Thank ya. Have you been working on anything, by the way, Maru? By all means, you can share it if you want to. I know you didn't raid or anything, but our tax is still welcome. It's working very slowly on the DR because her birthday is later this month. By later this month, I think you just mean like in a few days. Sheamus is almost upon us, and time has honestly snuck by on that front. The point where I'm wholly unprepared for Sheamus. If anything, I would have wanted to do a doll of Chi, but I don't have the time for that with Christmas coming up and all that. Have I shown you the dolls that I've drawn before? I don't recall if I have. That's the kin one, at least. We tried flexing with the background a little bit, but that did admittedly take a hot minute. Yeah, good old friend. Yeah, I would want to do one of those for Chi, and Chi's design's not like super complex or anything, but like that takes a while to do a doll of that rendering. But maybe I can get in on it another time. Can always give it as next year's birthday or belated birthday. But that's fine. We've got enough art projects to actually work on right now that it's not a huge loss. That's technically a bit better. Okay, you can go ahead and post it. I don't have link blocking on just because I can usually smite any bots that come up. Shoot. Ah, very cute. Layer posting here is a bit awkward, but yeah, you're getting a cute little chi in there. You're getting a little added bun. Is she going to be walking down a mystical winter road by chance, or just a regular road? Yeah, very cute work so far, Mara. Hopefully it doesn't take you too long to get done. Hope so too. Hey there, Omega. Welcome in. Good time for a distraction. Thanks, Omega.
Never too small to let people go, hey,
Wow,
I
that's appropriate too.
fine. Yeah. Ah. Huh.
I'm not sure what you said there, to be honest with you, but it was mostly just appropriate because you pulled up the carrot bonk. Oh, did I change the color of the shading just on the one tree specifically? No, I did technically that. Okay. Alright then. Now we get to do this to all the other trees. Almost sounds like I need to get some Subway Surfer videos going. just because texturing this entire forest is going to take a hot minute. Or I said before that I was going to do it off camera a little bit just so that we can keep us a little bit on track. But boy, howdy, does your boy lose all motivation during the holidays to do anything. And no worries there, Meryl. You do deserve the shout out. You're a good friend and a great artist, and just a generally comfy person to be around. So it's always welcome when you get some folks over there to help you out while you're doing some Persona 5. Double looking really good too. Oh, thank you. Probably should lighten up the line here that I'm seeing it, but yeah, I'm comfortable with where the shovel's at. Did kind of work on the quicker textured pieces before I focused on this, to be honest, and I probably should have just gone back and forth. Oh, hi, Izo. Welcome in. Thank you for flipping my eyes back in my head. I was definitely feeling a little bit crazy there. And thank you, Omega, for more water. Probably gonna need it. Need to see what other ones look like now. What do you mean, Meru? Oh. Unfortunately, joint realignment doesn't have anything, but that's just me needing to actually adjust my spine a little bit, which sometimes you can hear. Sometimes you can't. Not sure. I don't always have full view on the mic channel while I'm actually cracking my neck, so you heard the sound effects. Well, I do at least have the gear grind going on that, so you don't have to worry about that. That's normal, because unfortunately, I was born in a refrigerator. But for terms of lore purposes, at least, this voice is technically what you should be hearing in The Office because they shoved a humanizing humanizing thing in the box. This is just out of the box where I'm kind of can't necessarily discern anything whatsoever. Something with Raishin, I guess. Hmm. I don't actually remember what games has Raishin in it. Like Soku has Raishin in it. I know that much, but Raishin's not really featured as a main character very much. Shows up first in Imperishable Night if you get a few levels in. And yeah, Omega does like Moko, but you're here, Maru. So clearly a bunny needs to actually be represented too. Perishable Night. Perishable. Boy, my brain is out of it. Which one's Perishable Night? Oh, Imperishable Night. Oh, 8? 8 should be set up. Guessing English. Just don't barbecue you. Don't worry, you'll be fine, Meru. Okay. I'm glad I muted that beforehand. That just exploded with noise. A safer way of doing this is just... Wow. There's not a lot of people in Toho Project tonight. Okay. Here. Let's see here. I don't actually recall what buttons I need from Perishable Night. Shoot Bomb Slow should just be Shift ZC. Or Shift ZX rather. And shot slow. Move slower when holding down the shot key. No, that's honestly fine. And that's pretty low on my end. I'm not sure if you guys can even hear it. There we go. I'm not stalling. It's fine. Let's see here. Kind of a fan of Alice, so why don't we try doing Marissa Alice and see what this is all about. Oh, shift actually just changes you. Okay. Yep. Take that. Yeah, we'll see if we can actually get to Raishin. I can't say I've played much of Imperishable Night, so not 100% certain how far I'll get. Oh boy. But it does look like Alice at least gets a laser, so that's handy. There we go. Later, little buggy boy. Ooh boy, that was close. Yep. Tell you what, if you don't get to Raishin or your usual amount of clears, I'll redeem Soku and play Raishin just because. Well, I guess we'll see. We kind of have the couple bickering during Imperishable Night at least. I guess mainly because I haven't played Soku in 6 weeks, and I might as well play some of them bad at anyways. I mean, you don't have to play the most dangerous character in the game if you don't want to, Omega. I'm not gonna stop you. Yep. Sorry, Wriggle. Gotta shoot you with a deadly laser. Oh, whoops. I was not paying attention. Crap, he moved. And I forgot Imperishable Night was actually one of the games that gave you the bottom tag, so that way you can actually see what they are on the bottom screen while you're actually being able to dodge yourself. Yep. Get a sec. Come on. Ah, crap. Bastard, you moved. There we go. Action's dangerous until you knock her down. What are you saying, Harukemis are just that much stronger? The path where humans vanish. Well, it's a good thing that we're not humans. There we go. Yep. Scared of you. Oh, hey, nice. I got another player life there. Handy. That's just silly. Yep. F you. We do not need the added fairy power here. Bad. Yep. Also, if I'm paying less attention to chat during regular Toho stuff, don't mind that too much. It does require a certain level of focus to not get your teeth kicked in too quickly. There we go. Also, hi, Mistia. I guess we are kind of in the forest, aren't we? There we go. Hey there, Nano. Welcome in. Dang it, man. Folks can't remember their own name, much less read during this game. You do generally have to focus relatively hard while you're doing Toho stuff, so yeah, unfortunately. It's a busy game, as is meant to be. But hi, Nano. Hopefully things are going well. What happened with those? Nope. Yep. Laser as much as possible. There. This is fine. Why is Mistia being so nice? Oh. There we go. Oh, that's bad. Oh boy. Ah, crap. That's not good. Ooh, okay. Only took one life for that. That's not too bad. Welcome in, Lilith. Hopefully the evening's running well. And welcome to Judas floundering through a little bit of Toho thanks to Redeem. But how goes things? Yeah. Nope. Oh boy. That's fine. Bad. You're not allowed to keep summoning those. Oh? What's iron? Oh boy. Ah, crap. Damn. It is hard keeping track of her. Hi, the iodine. Me when bullet hell, can I get separate visuals for my left and right eye so I can keep track of both? I mean, that is basically what Toho is all about. You're just trying to focus a little bit too hard on everything that's going on. And I'm going to assume Raishin is going to be stage 4. Damn it. Come on. There we go. Oh, the heck are you? By that, you mean, whoops, I gotta be somewhere else, right? Oh, nice. That helps. But that is just kind of the fun when it comes down to Toho, is you're trying to manage all of the nonsense that's coming your way. And realistically with any shmup, but Toho does tend to make it a little bit more difficult. Oh, hi again, Idrin. Think that yokai would come as far as this village? Girl, Marissa and Alice are not yokai. They're just regular mages who live in the forest of magic for the most part. She's stage 5 according to the wiki? Fuck. That's not early. What the fuck are you talking about, Omega? Oh, is Alice a yokai? I thought Alice just counted as a regular mage. Oh boy. Damn. That. Oh boy. How did I survive that? This is risk management with not using Marissa. God damn it. Granted, that is fairly far. One of these days I'll be able to figure out a 1-credit clear. But yeah, Marissa did technically steal the Master Spark away from Yuka, technically speaking. Did she steal it directly from Yuka, or did she get it from someone else? Because I know Yuka's at least, like, the originator of the Master Spark. And she's just all-powerful. Game progression 23. Ugh. That's not good. I'll save the replay? Sure. I haven't saved a replay for Imperishable Night yet. Oh, that's the wrong window. There we go. That's a bit better. Alright, fine. Hisoten Soku. Well, I mean, to be fair, Meru, Omega hasn't really been going for the redeem lately, so I can't exactly fault him. It's my copy of this one, I'm pretty sure. This one should be set up with the controllers. Now I just need you to show up. There we go. That's a bit better. Huh. It's always weird when we actually log into this and there are actually people playing. Okay. Let's see here. If you're gonna fulfill the Raishin requirement, anyone who would realistically be fighting her most of the time? Not in this cast, at least, because Junko would, but... Oh, actually. The cat, maybe? Rin? Why would Rin be fighting Raishin, though? I don't know. I don't have a deck built for her, so we're just going to be running around hoping for the best. Oh. Ah, damn. Oh. Oh boy. Nope. Oh, nice. Actually dodged the fish with that, too. Oh boy. Not good. Nope. Oh, nope. And then the weather's gonna mess it all up, because of course it is. Nope. Oh, that's a new one. Nope. Yeah. So much excess. Ah, damn, I thought that would work as an anti-air. Yep. And Rin doesn't have a bonk hammer exactly. Rin just has her wheelbarrow that she kind of just attacks people with. Because she's a cat who deals with dead bodies a good amount of the time. Damn. Oh god, I'm confused. What does that mean? Ah. Let's see here. Nope. That's... yeah, that is the Z forward. I'd be careful with that one. Oh, that bad. we go. What does this do? Nope. Oh. Ah. Oh boy. Oh god. Thank you. I could actually normal out of that. Oh boy. Okay. I will definitely have to look through her card altering moves later. Because I always had slight interest in learning Rin, but there's some weirdness with her kit from what I recall. Oh god. Nope, that was blocking there. Hmm. Oh boy. That's a new one. Oh. That's a new one. What the fuck does that thing do? There we go. Gotta do a little bit of work to actually get the cat to beat the bat, or the rabbit, but you can eventually get there. Ah, yeah, you can do that, can't you? Nope. Nope. Oh god! Wow, that hits high very easily. Okay, nope, not having any of that. Nope. Hmm. Ah. I can't use that in the air. Okay. There we go. I just wanted to hit you with the claws once, because I'm assuming that's a regular move, but I guess they just have it as a super. Got to build this deck with all the funny cards. I mean, you got the fish in there. Isn't that like your main funny card? What other funny cards do you actually need Federation? Ah, bad. Oh god. Oh, nice, we actually countered. Oh god. Oh, no. That's the fish. Didn't know that a Rin meteor was able to at least combo you into your fish. Oh. Ah, darn. Oh. Ah, darn. Oh, God. Oh, that didn't do nearly as much as I figured it would. Ah, darn. Nope. No mirrors for you, mister. Hey there, Frank. Welcome in. Oh, that does do on the return. Okay. Oh, God. Nope. Thank you, Bullet, for actually blocking that. But how goes things, Frank? You enjoying the evening so far? Been alright, doesn't continuing to babysit the cat. Well, it's always good to babysit the cat when you have the opportunity to, at least. I'm assuming you guys have come up with a name for him, right? Oh, too far. Ah. Oh. I can see those laser eyes. There we go. Oh, still haven't confirmed the name. Just confirmed he's a boy yesterday? Okay, okay. Well, I suppose it's good that you've at least got the right wiggly bits on there. And obviously, if you were able to get them to the vet, then it's definitely 100% confirmed. Yeah, that's kind of horrible. Oh god! Nope, wasn't quick enough for that. Oh. Can't shoot that farther. Let's see here. Can I recover that? Probably not now. Oh god. Yeah, there it is. Couldn't quite make it. Having a hard enough time thinking of a name, let alone preparing two. Nope. Oh. That wasn't good. I was definitely blocking there. Nope. Nope, not enough. And that doesn't have the verticality on it. That does. Much better. And yeah, the pics that they've taken so far at least do confirm the cat to be relatively cute at least, so that's at least nice. Boy. Oh. Ow. Oh, can I not use cards during that? That's incredibly rude. Oh, that's a raid. Hello, raiders. Hopefully the evening's running alright, and welcome to Jude is trying to play Soku while entertaining an audience, which is a lot harder than it seems. Oh, it's Sarah. Welcome in, Sarah and crew. Hopefully the evening's running well. We're primarily supposed to be doing art tonight, but because of a Toho redeem at least, I tend to get dragged away from it occasionally. But how was raid today? At least get to enjoy the evening with everybody? Damn. Not good. Oh, right. Let's see, checking it with a cute raid message. Hold on, I'll have to take a peek when I can actually look at chat a bit closer. But hopefully stream ended up going well for you. I know at least on a Thursday, things tend to keep you a little bit busy, which is, you know, good. Oh boy. Holy crap, I actually clawed that back. Let's see here. We wish you a Merry Tinmas and a Jantix New Gear. Trucks was crazy, but it was fun and Elite Dangerous. You do tend to have a good amount of fun in Elite Dangerous, don't you? Probably just one more for now, Omega, just so that way I can actually focus on art. But always good to get a little bit more Elite Dangerous time in, so... I guess, as a question, has Elite Dangerous done any, like, Christmas event? Oh boy. I mean, considering it is the season and all. There we go. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that entirely gives you a graze. Okay. I need to think of better combos for that. Damn, I don't know. A fantastic space sim. The actual event you need to fly to. And it's a very far out outpost. I guess that makes some sense, considering it's, you know, like the holiday season and all. So they'd probably want you to go relatively far out of your way, just so that way Santa Claus doesn't immediately capture you. Nope. Ah. Okay. Mildly deserved that for the poking with that range. In-game Twitch drops for Christmas skins and free ARX upon logging in. Now, what exactly may ARX be in this case? That's not the combo. Let's see. How you buy paint and custom stuff for ships? Okay. That's certainly not too bad. Are you kidding me? That hit me on the last frame of its animation. Also, oh, okay. Oh. I wonder if that actually gives you a graze window as well. Because, yeah. Here we go. Damn. Here. There we go. Hot damn. Okay. I'll have to be learning the cat a little bit more, apparently, and build a proper deck for her. But good turns, Omega. Ooh. Did I screw up a 2-2C? I mean, it happens. You've mentioned before that you're, like, severely out of practice when it comes down to Stoku, so can't really expect you to be hitting everything, right? Or we can turn that back on. And actually plug my music back in my ear. I'll be alert to get dinner. Sounds good, Sarah. Thank you again for the raid, by the way. There we go. Now I can hear. Hopefully you can enjoy your dinner, and we'll still be here for a little bit longer. What exactly does that breaking class guard do to you? It seems to add confusion to me, which doesn't allow me to use cards myself. And at least more often you used it, it did kind of knock out my... It did at least knock out my top card, but that may have just been circumstantial evidence. Which seems, you know, a little strong. Yeah, not 100% certain past that. It seems to me that it just kind of prevents you from using your cards for a bit, but it's definitely not super long. And since it is at least a proper spell card, you're not exactly going to be able to upgrade that at all during the fight. Yeah, I vaguely remember putting together what sounded like the most annoying cards for her. Thanks for that. But yeah, that is definitely annoying, just being able to not use a main mechanic with the game. I'll have to go back maybe after stream and just make sure I have decks built for Rin. Well, her kit doesn't seem as bad as when I first tried her out, so it probably won't be too bad of an option. I think there might have been something really dumb with the purple circle and some other move. But short of that, it just kind of makes you want to puke a little. And you actively chose to build that when I get annoyed of you playing Moko. I honestly can't tell what style would be better. It's probably better to just continue with that, just for consistency's sake. I have no idea what I was thinking. Might have been centered on trolling someone with her. Well, I mean, if you're able to get all your stuff up, which for Reishin at least, she has the basic kit to get it going. And at least with that purple circle being able to add an illusion to you, question mark, you may have some options for just trying to confuse people at least. Although it always seemed like you were just in the middle of the three anyway, so I don't see the point of it. Also, Solace, it's late enough, so I hope your sanity burn is going well. Trust me, I was more confused than you were. Well, then you'll probably need to double back a bit just to see what you've been doing with that deck. Maybe look at the move wiki just to see if they can give you better data on what her cards actually do. I feel like learning just from inside Soku is not the smartest idea. Ration color is good go. Black and pink really works. I think my eyes were not working because I honestly thought it was black and gold, not black and pink. But that's also just my eyes at work where I've been staring at brown and black for most of the night, so far at least. New black and gold outfit with pink hair. Oh, the easiest way is to cheat color theory. I didn't actually check to see what Rin's secondary color was, because I know Soku 2 characters have a secondary color. It's a shame that there isn't an update that gives them more, though. Be nice to see Yuka in something else, or at least color-wise. Oh, are they working on an update for Soku 2? I haven't really been checking the Discord for it at all. Been another reason I've been playing less, because they're planning on dramatically changing Moko. Oh. Well, I guess that very much sucks for you. Do you know what documentation they've been putting out for that? Because by your tone, at least, it doesn't sound like they're doing anything that's very good for why you like playing her. Let's see. Said something about changing her to BC and swapping out one of the alts. That Stomp is going away. Stomp. Hmm. Don't actually remember what the Stomp is offhand. Like her aerial Stomp? Or I don't know if we used it much when I played. Possibly not. I don't exactly remember you stomping with her very often. An animation like her 2A, but it adds fire and a blast radius on the impact. Hmm. Oh, it's replacing that little invincibility bubble heal thing. I mean, you know my opinion on how much I hated that, so like I don't mind it going away. I know it is kind of like integral to thematics to her character, but I can definitely see why they're trying to balance that out. Because I'm sure a lot of people would have gotten annoyed by just being kicked away and then immediately healing afterwards. That is a big change if they're just removing her heal, so I'd imagine anyone who does play her in the new community is probably a bit miffed about that. From what I read, they're moving the heal to an alt slot and putting it in a place and putting in its place something about bamboo. I haven't seen it. It's just called bamboo something rather. Well, I mean, she does live in the bamboo forest at least, so that makes some sense. I guess I should take a peek as well just to see what else they're doing with Soku 2 if they're actually pushing an update for it soon-ish. And soonish in the kindest of terms for a small dev team working on a mod for an ancient game. Let's see. Definitely includes at least one new character. I think it was Ran. Hmm. I guess Toby Fox influenced them enough. It'd be kind of interesting to see if the Soku 2 team actually started adding characters from like the latest three releases of characters, like 19, 18, 17. Oy. Because it'd be interesting to see if they could add the dragon-eating centipede girl in. I mean, she's got a shovel. She could probably kick some ass. Give her like Shovel Knight's pogo on her two aerials. Or, if they wanted to, they could try expanding the Tengu cast a little bit. Now that we've at least got the Tengu Chieftain, although there's not much with her, so can't exactly fault most people for not using her for anything. Or I guess for personal biases, Yuma would be fun. They've already added Momiji, so they're not foreign to adding in characters with weaponry. If we want to count Yuma's spoon as weaponry, at least. unfortunate that everything they're talking about is just in general and disorganized mess. Hard to find the exact discussions I spotted earlier. You could always search in the chat for like specifically mentions of Moko, because I'm assuming they would at least say her name at some point during the discussion. Not that that's any easier to really find, but it's at least a way of finding it. They talk about her a lot for some reason. I mean, they could be fans like you are. You don't have to be the only one to like the immortal edgelord. I wonder actually if they would be changing the ship girl up a bit as well. Her kid seemed a little bit strong. Hi, other Nano. Yeah, the trees are kind of something that we're working on right now. And as you can kind of tell by how we're doing it, it's gonna take us a hot minute to get through there. There's a sprite and portrait for Shinky. Huh. Shinky, as a quick refresher then, was used as the main antagonist of Puppet Dance Performance, and is one of the older PC98 characters, so... And then Ran is also credited. Shade first, then add texture. Uh, this was more an accident, Nano. I wasn't really expecting to do any extra stuff on the trees, but I realized just how plain and boring they'd be. So I kind of needed to do something afterwards. I'm kind of retroactively adding the texturing in. Let's see. Hey there, Maxie. Welcome in. Which Toho character would I want to be my mom? That's honestly a hard call because most of the Toho characters I don't think would be a very good mom character, aside from like Akio, Osasu, um, Yugi maybe? Just because if anyone tried fucking with you, Yugi would at least kick their asses back up to the like mortal plane. But yeah, I'm not sure if a lot of the characters are necessarily good options for actual motherhood. But I guess shortlist would just be like Akio Yugi. Unfortunately, as much as I'd like to say Hina, because she's not like a bad, morally bad character, the curses are not something she'd be able to deal with very much. Also, I still really think Minamitsu is strong. Oh, that's 15 minutes for our usual break, but that's fine. I need to kind of take a second to crack my back anyways. Thank you, Maxi. Let me just finish off this shading and reading Omega's thing here. Yeah, this is going to take us a hot minute to get all these done. I still think Minamitsu is really strong. I realize she's got a lot of dead zones where she can't work correctly, which is why they also gave her screen control specials, but it's tough to conceptualize. Without that, she's just knowledge checks. Yeah, you're not wrong there. I'll have to look into her a bit just to see if I could think of any way to maybe balance her out a bit, but I don't think my voice would be able to be heard on Discord very straight anyways. Okay. Oh, let's see. Nomi looks like a 3D model. I personally don't think that, but I guess that means I at least shaded her, so that's at least good. Maybe I'm too feinen poisoned on Toho. Oh, probably. Like, there are probably people in the Toho audience that if you asked them that question, they would say Seija, or let's see, who would be actively bad characters to be your mom? Seija would be bad, like, no matter what. Hina would be bad conceptually. Sega, sorry. Both Sega and Seija. Both of them, either the Necromancer or the Upside Down Palace Princess. Um, Hina would be bad just because of her curses. Because she's the goddess of curses, I don't think she can actually handle like living with anyone. That's why she kind of just lives on a separate mountain around Yokai Mountain. The residents of Hell are just conceptually not great. Junko technically would be a decent mom, but she's only a decent mom to her own son, who, died. So, I don't know how the name's pronounced, and at this point I'm too scared to ask. All good there, Maxie. There's admittedly a lot of characters, so you'll eventually come around people talking about them. But I will be right back. I'm just going to go crack my neck and maybe grab a light snack. So make sure to rest well, and I will be back in the beat. Relatively good timing, I'd say. Hello. Hope everyone was able to snap their spines in a pleasurable way. Let's get back to some tree nonsense. I think what might end up being a slight bit better is just getting all of this scratchy lining in first for the dark quote-unquote portions of the trees. Later, there's a shovel. Let's see, quick tips when you do backgrounds. Things near us have more details, value, and saturation than things further away. With that in mind, always start with the nearest woods. Easier to control how much detail the woods need. Gradually go further back. Having a non-existent tree with no detail further away is always better than having an overcomplicated tree right at the foreground. Thank you for the tip, Nano. It is roughly what I was planning on doing, so we technically are working on the closest-ish trees. I think the closest one's really just going to be this one, but... Oh, good, my eyes are seeing lines. Okay. I'm seeing like the inner lines of the screen now. I think I've been staring at this a bit too long. Oh, thank you, Maxie. Yeah, that is partly why I'm working on this specific row of trees first. Although, by your hint logic, it probably would be better to go off of the other brand first. That snowbank be? Yep. Time to update your optical hardware. You're not wrong. That is something I generally always need to do. But I think it is just a factor of like, Solace also kind of has issues with his eyes when he's just been staring at his art too long. It's not exactly any different for me. Wrong layer, aren't I? Yes, I am. That explains that. But we always just got to keep an eye on how we're doing our art and what we're subjecting ourselves to. Because we're all very bound to injury, fortunately. Kind of just the shame of all of you having a human body. God does generally actually help my mood a little bit when I'm doing monotonous scratching like this, so if we do have this on for the next few streams, I apologize, but this does admittedly just help with having to focus on detailing this. Oh, no, that's not how that works. Jason would find a tree on Google and just paste over the texture. I mean, who would do something like that? That'd be cheating. I probably should be following that a bit closer, though, if I'm being honest. Could use the tree bark brush. I don't think I have a tree bark brush, which is probably derived from a tree found on Google. Probably, yeah. When in doubt, there's always the non-Euclidean trees that just exist. Oops, that one. There's no police, there's no law. You're not wrong. Yeah, at least when it came down to my efforts, that's roughly what the trees would look like if I just tried doing that. Which technically does not hurt. Finish that? I didn't actually finish doing it there. Oops. Eh. What method are you saying that Jason would do? Find a tree, Google, and paste over the texture. Mask, paint on top, and done. I'm not sure exactly what you mean in terms of the methodology. Because this is obviously masking on top of my little bean poles in the forest here. Just some photoshopping tricks. Oh, whoops, wrong one. That one. What was that beat 'em up you guys were playing called? I mean, we weren't playing a beat 'em up, Mousy. We were playing just a 1v1 fighter. Welcome all the same. But it would be called Hisotus. Hold on. Hisoten Soku? Do I have the full name of that somewhere? Hisoten Soku. What's the full name? Just that way we can confuse you even further. There we go. Sleep well, Solace. Hopefully Speaking can actually get some rest for Friday. Because I know things won't actually be the cleanest near Christmas. This is where Mousy meets Toho. Not sure if this is exactly where Mousy would meet Toho, but I am at least knowledgeable enough to know to at least help Mousy acclimate themselves into that fandom if they want. Granted, I don't think Mousy really has the time for it either, so... Because there's a lot of stuff to go over when it comes down to Toho. It's actually a better color for this. There we go. But Mousy does also have to contend with the fact that a lot of people are just calling her Nazarene, so Mousy already has enough to deal with when it comes down to Toho. I'd redeem 12.3 again if it had Mouse in it. There's not a lot of games that really feature Nazarene, so that's not exactly something you're going to find super commonly anyways. She's always like the most background NPC character possible because she's just a magnet. Like, that's literally all she is. She's just a magnet. And this obviously isn't a slight against you, Mousy. You're very much cooler than Nazarene is, but Nazarene is just a magnet and a treasure hunter. That's all she's got going for her most of the time in plot. Let's see. There's a complete fighting game sprite floating around. I've definitely seen it. I think, yeah, actually, there should be a Nazarene fighting sprite around there, shouldn't there? Not sure. I finished the Arcside event so far. Well, that's good. Congrats on getting your rock farm and your Windex farm going. I guess it's worth checking. Do you actually have a functional auto for when it comes to stage 7, Kuma? I'm not actually sure how painful that one is yet. For stage 7, HE-7, presumably the boss level. Oh, you're not farming that one? Oh, there is a stage 8. Okay. Then stage 7, then. I guess I didn't really realize that there was a stage 8 for the boss. It's 4 banners back to back. Ugh. It's already here, Nano. But yeah, that does realistically make you miss a lot. There is an event going on right now, at least. So now wouldn't be the worst time to get back into it. I should do another Arknights fan art. It's been a while. I should realistically do just Arknights fan art in general. At least practicing drawing them would get me slightly motivated to actually learn their lore a little bit more. Which, for the characters that I like at least, I'm going to have to dig a little bit anyways, but let's see, who do we want to do stuff for? Gramanex was featured in a prominent event, so it wouldn't be hard finding information on her. Because her family loves her and cares for her. Completely unrealistic. They live at the top of a mountain. Finding information about Kiera would be interesting. If only to figure out to see what people have documented on her so far. Because she is one of the few non-dragon children gods that we have just floating around. There she is. Found Nazarene in the Mugen archive. Yeah, Mugen would definitely have all the Toho characters. If I remember right, Mugen actually has like a Toho pack, so everyone should already just be featured in Mugen, or at least have sprites for Mugen. All of them with varying degrees of quality. Yeah. They were not made by a singular person. They were made by a community of people with varying talent levels, both in terms of art and actually balancing a character for a fighting game. All Some of it's pretty bad. Yeah. But it's Mugen, right? Mugen's got like a very, very wide berth of quality. because it's just people putting together fighting game characters. It is not professional fighting game designers balancing a game. Mugen is like the most unbalanced game if you looked at every single character available for it, because half of the roster is built by like 12-year-olds who think kicking everyone's ass means you just break the game. I wish I remembered the popular variant of Nazrin that showed up in Saltybot. Hey, I mean, if you've got some time, you can always just try and dig a little bit. It's what Nazrin would have wanted. All of me, I have my job, my family. You can't have all of me. I need a little for myself. It deliberately made her completely broken and virtually unbeatable. Yeah. Hey, I mean, I'm sure there's at least one Nazrin fan out there still. Maybe not since that one Nazrin mod was made, but sure there's at least like a couple people who care about the treasure hunt rat, even if she does get sidelined on everything. Nazrin mod? No. To explain roughly, Nano, there's a fighting game by the name of Mugen, which is like a purely user-generated fighting game, more or less. And then people just make their own characters and put them in. Some with varying degrees of success, some completely broken beyond repair. Is this a Kakegurui opening? No, no, Kakegurui has a few ops to it. Speaking of Toho, I saw some great Toho skins for... I'm going to assume MC is Minecraft in this case. And yeah, there should be a good number of Toho skins for Minecraft. Everyone and their grandmother just likes Minecraft, so they're going to try and build as many skins in it as possible. But let us know of some notable ones. I'm assuming some are just Reimu Marissa, but like any kind of off-kilter characters, or not immediate fan favorites, or main characters for that matter. There's a lot. Yeah, that's not too surprising. Everyone's gonna want to be their Reimu, or their Marissa, or their Yuyuko. You know how it is, right? Everyone finds a favorite, they try and stick with them, try and find out as much as they can, try and get them in everything possible. It's just the way of the world. I mean, hell, that's why I'm drawing Momiji right now. Momiji's not featured in much. Momiji's in Lost Word. That's about the most we get out of Momiji. or want to be the characters. Yeah, admittedly, you're not the Canadian Wolf Girl? Unfortunately, no. I've always wanted to be a girl, but hasn't quite panned out in the grand scheme of things. Well, Momiji's an interesting one to go off of if you're just looking into character lores and bios. Considering Momiji has some level of clairvoyance at least, which helps her in terms of guarding the rest of the Tengu as well as just helping out in really weird, neat cases, even though people don't tend to use her for clairvoyance at all, when they've got more than ample opportunity to do so. Will Momiji help me defend me from bad yokais? Uh, no. She will defend the village from bad yokai. So if you've somehow found safe passage into the Tengu village, then by technicality, yes, but not if you like ran up to her with bad yokai tailing you. She would probably kill both you and the bad yokai. At least if I'm remembering my lore right. Because Momiji does very much care about protecting the Tengu village. That's like her main thing. But that does tend to be her, like, shoehorned role. So I could be wrong there. Is that tough being human, huh? Oh, yeah, it definitely is. Like, if we want to go over the general reasons as to why surviving in Gensokyo as a human is terrible, there's the factor of the hidden agenda of the yokai needing humans to survive, but not necessarily needing all humans to survive. So the human village acts as almost a belief farm, so that way they can keep people believing in the human village of certain yokai, so that way the residents of Gensokyo can stay there. What if I'm a purple-haired android? You'd probably just get kidnapped by Notori, and then the Kappas would just disassemble you to figure out what the fuck you were. Or Mamizo would find you, and she would just bring you to the Teng, or the Kappas. Robots don't have a very good place in Gensokyo. There is technically the robot in uh which fighting game is it? Omega? Like there's a robot in one Toho game, but like it just gets immediately destroyed. Oh, is it Soku that has the giant robot? And then they needed Oku to power the thing. Notori? I thought she's peaceful. Notori is peaceful, but Notori's like one of the main mechanics. And I mean in terms of jobs, not physicality. Also, thank you, Meadow. Enjoy your evening, Marrow. Been a pleasure having you here. Yeah, Notori is technically peaceful, but if you bring foreign technology in front of her, she's probably gonna want to destroy it to figure out what the fuck it does. Because she's always looking to create new things. So if something completely brand new comes to find her, she may not necessarily think that I'm sentient. She would just think, wow, that's a humanoid body moving around. I better figure that out. And then you would just be led off to the Kappa village. You'd be disassembled in her factory. And then she either figures out how to do anything with you or you are just gone. You want to see this Nazarene for laughs? The demo I found even has a full sprite of Tei in it. Uh, sure, why not? Calling me. Against Bowser as well. Always a good time. Oh, the story mode for this thing is actually set up like Mega Man battle screens. What the fuck? Why is Nazarene summoning things? And yeah, her damage numbers are way too fucking high. She's got full screen clear, she's got summons, her normals do so much fucking damage. Like, I'd imagine Bowser is just tuned up relatively high in terms of, like, health, considering how fucking large he is. But Nazarene's just friggin' melting him by completely zoning him out. From fate, driving down this road for so long. Traffic's just a bouquet we made. I can't remember the chorus here. Nazarene Deluxe, the winner. Thank you. Giant F you to the community, and the community loved it. Of course. May as well meme with the mouse while you have the opportunity to, right? Oh, that Mega Man 9 screen isn't character select. That's her choosing her summons, isn't it? Oh, that's nasty. That is a redonkulous set. But it's it's Mugen. Mugen fights are usually chaos, so I can't be too surprised that a Toho character that doesn't have a lot of people liking it was just overpowered for the sake of FU. Granted, the Ibuki is not putting up too bad of a fight. Pretty sure that in Salty Bat she's either X or none, which just means she's so broken that nobody knows what to do with her. I could see none, to be honest with you. Because it's either just none. Eh, no, actually, the Ibuki is doing a relatively good job. Like, she's taking her down to half at least, which is better than what the Bowser did before. And that's just a particle cannon. And uh yeah, command grab insta kill sounds about right for an overpowered Mugen character. That's silly. That is exactly why I don't bother with Mugen, to be honest with you. A, trying to find proper mods for it is annoying, and the balance of it is just disgusting. There are definitely, like, balanced sets within Mugen, but it takes a while to find them. Mugen or Mood? I usually just pronounce it Mugen, because I'd want to imagine it's like massively user-generated engine, no, or something like that for the translation. This is just Mugen, or massively user-generated content for the gen. It's a bit of a mess of a game overall, so it's hard to actively suggest it, because it's just one gigantic modding community trying to add sprites in for their own character choices. And like I've already been discussing, and like what the video that Omega showed there, some characters are just built to say fuck you, with nearly impossible things to block, or infinite chains that they can keep up, or abilities that just clear the screen. There's a lot that can go wrong. Ganondorf. Honestly, there might be a Ganondorf for January. You never know. Mugen has everything. You can go from Scorpion from Mortal Kombat to Ronald McDonald. There's nothing stopping you. Jandalf. It almost just sounds like it's Gandalf in jeans. Only S tier? Found some tourney footage from a year ago. She just got knocked out by a Nanaya. Why Salty Butter Spot is smart enough to have tiers to reload idiots like me who point and say busted character needs banned. Yeah, I'd imagine the team and or the user behind Salty Bet probably has to go through Mugen characters a lot just to see where they sit after just watching them play against a few computers or computer characters just to see where they'd sit. What is that YouTube link? Oh, Bibu. Bijo the Janendorf enjoyer. I think Bijou and Ian Gen 3 are probably going to go relatively well over for Hololive. They just need to hit their like lucky breaks with their content. I know Fuomoko are doing relatively good jobs just because of the fact that the dual setup is refreshing, even if it made it kind of obvious where they came from. The whole salty bet system is now self-balanced with some opportunity for paid users to adjust stats. Oh dear, I'm not sure if I would want paid users to adjust stats. I feel like that could get out of hand really quickly. Yeah. I know Axe and None tiers are community selected, but I never paid them directly, so I don't know what the process looks like. Might be something to look to, if you're ever curious at least. Because I'd imagine the actual setup is a bit harder than what it seems. Didn't the newest JP gen just debut? I don't see their clips too often. Um, I don't actually remember if the new JP gen was revealed recently. There's at least like applications and auditions going for JP. It's prohibitively expensive to make major adjustments from what I've been told, like millions to add or subtract hit points. Fake currency. There. Last time I placed a bet in there, I went broke, so that won't be me this time. Oh well. You're not gonna get Moko featured just yet. Yeah, in terms of Hololive, at least, I don't follow Hololive super closely as much as I should. I probably will now, just because the one VTuber I've been watching is graduating in like 2 weeks, which sucks. But he was comfy. He was a comfy streamer and got me to listen to ASMR videos just to figure out what the hell they were about. Erika Biako. She's graduating, so her last stream will be like January 7th. Oh no, I'm not talking about Hololive. I'm talking about V Reverie at the moment. Because I haven't really been watching too many VTubers, but V Reverie's been taking my attention lately. To stop by and see Moko, I just go all in and log out of the app. Otherwise, I just tune in for the laughs and the music in the community. I'd imagine there's at least a relatively large community for Salty Bet now. They've been running that channel for a while, and I'm pretty sure they've got more than just Mugen set up, so should be keeping people relatively entertained with computers kicking the ever-looping shit out of each other. But at 11 o'clock? Just about there? I am really gonna have to work on this off stream, or else we're just never gonna get this done. I'll have to put some time away, I think. Everyone's in on the joke. I didn't get 1/10 the art done I want to in December. Yeah, And you've mentioned before that you have troubles with doing that, playing more cats in Gray and Blue. I can blame Tooth of the three there. But yeah, December's busy. Hard to keep like everything together, so I'm trying the edge line here too dark, I think. Hmm. No, I'm just going a lot harder on this one than the other two so far. Oh, right, soft eraser. Let's see. Work was a real pain in the ass. Takes my days off and then make up for them during my days on. Gotta love holiday season where they just fuck over everybody. And Jude, have you finished Baldur's Gate 3? Nope. We just freed Shadowheart from her religion. That is the farthest I've gotten so far. We still got plenty to do that. I just moved Pokemon this week because I need to take Saturday off for travel. And I'm kind of just more in a mood to play Pokemon right now, if I'm being completely honest. But we'll get back to Baldur's Gate the following week. It's just gone for a moment, that's all. And the Azel is still dead as a doornail, I assume? Yep. We went to the Githyanki. They wanted the artifact. I said no. They attacked. I murdered them all, including Lazel. Because apparently the near-death experience with getting her brain worm ripped out was not enough to convince her that, like, her people are fucked. Is there a big cutscene when you kill her? No. No, there isn't. There's a big cutscene when you quote-unquote betray her, technically, but if you just kill her in battle, and then she dies. They don't give her a fancy cutscene or anything. Especially with your treatment of the Githyanki when you're at that point. They're not going to give you anything super special for her. I'm pretty sure it'd be the same if you, like, got rid of any of them. I think the only one who does have a cutscene tied to their death is if you're following Will's orders to fight Karlach, because you have the initial cutscene with her telling you to leave. You kind of just say no and go for the bounty, and then you cut her head off afterwards to confirm the bounty. Well, you have the option of cutting her head off. You tend to get cutscenes leading up to larger events, but I haven't really seen one that happens mid-fight. That tends to temper your expectations a little bit. It will be interesting once we're actually done Baldur's Gate 3, though. I have a feeling that game's just going to take us until like March or so. Wait. Come on, Eyes, you can do it. I believe in you. And I think when it does come to Baldur's Gate 3, the big cutscenes tend to be when you're talking to gods, if you're having intimate relationship with your partner, or just before betraying a member of your party. But they usually die pretty just gracelessly in battle, from what I've seen so far. Because you just turn on them, and then they just actively choose to fight you. I was hoping Lae'zel would have a chance to shine in your second playthrough, but realized you're doing a schizo run. Pretty much, yeah. I'm doing the Dark Urge solo run just to see if I can actually get away with it. So far, I've made decent progress in it. I think it's about level 3 so far. It's a level 3. It's on the easiest mode for now. So it's just a level 3 rogue right now. Trying to do the Skyrim stealth archer build with it, just to see if that's the easiest method for doing the Dark Urge. Because eventually I'll just have advantage on every attack that I've got, which will help me get sneak attack even though I'm on my own most of the time. Yep. I'm sweating like a pig. Why are Korean instant noodles always like this? That's because Korea tends to like their spices. Also because, nudes are hot. That's just kind of a given, though. Although I don't have instant noodles as much myself anymore. Although when I do end up having them, I just kind of use them as like just the noodles, the dry noodle packet itself, just as like a snack. Yeah. It makes sense for cold countries like Canada use spices a lot, but it's hard to grow spices over there. Um, I don't know, actually. Considering most spices would be derived from peppers and all that, or just very acrid places to begin with. Mm. If I recall correctly, things like wasabi tends to feed a lot of the spice trade over there, so God forbid if you ever have to eat just a spoonful of wasabi on its own. You will not have a good day, I can promise you that much. And at 11, um, I guess I'll just keep trucking along. My wrist is kind of starting to lock up a bit, but we can at least finish this tree and start another one. Let's just think this realistically will need to be darker. When I was living in the north side of the US, where I went outside, I put a chili in my mouth. Hmm. That cold immunity immediately. Sounds accurate. Yeah. Oops. That's a button I have not pressed before. Um, the fuck did I do? Uh, did that just turn off like every layer but the core one that I'm working on? Okay. Uh, oh, this is gonna get awkward real quick. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, whoops, I also turned on that. There we go, it's a bit better. But yeah, if you're going out in the cold, a pepper in the mouth for just like basic trips is probably a good idea. It gets your body just sweating immediately, just so that way it can try and handle itself with the heat. But you do have to be a little careful with actually sweating in the middle of winter too much. Also, everybody make sure to stay hydrated, please. Winter is deceptively dry. Oy. I don't think I could sweat in that weather. Oh, you'd be surprised. If you're wearing the right kind of gear, you should be able to sweat relatively easily because your body is still going to overheat with the temperature being super cold outside. Oh. Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Also wrong layer. And I will say it will be fairly nice once we're actually done this piece. I like Momiji and all, but we've technically drawn and shaded her. Now we're just trying to make sure to clean up her background a little bit to make sure it's not too messy. I'm not that great with coldness, so I'd have to wear like 5 layers if I don't use chilies. That's understandable, Nano. I am kind of one of the resident Canadians in our group, so like I'm used to -40 Celsius weather. No one else really is, so I can't really expect anyone else to share in the joy of jumping into snow with light clothing on. Have I done an ice bath before? Probably. Been a while though, so I can't say for sure. I haven't done like the polar bear swims or anything like that, just because I was never close to any of them. But you generally get used to them by just practice and virtue and all that. But I guess I have seen videos of people trying to attempt to break a breath holding record in terms of ice baths. I can't imagine it very easy method of training, though, because it is just subjecting yourself to it and seeing how long you can last every single time. It's torture. I mean, it's torture to most people, but like some people enjoy the pain. Masochism exists for a reason, you know? No. I heard breath holding records in regular temperature water, not the ice one, overthought that category. Uh, anyone in Northern Europe, anyone in Canada. Like, it's more common than you'd think, Nano. Just, it's very much not an American thing. Like, you would usually turn to the Scandinavian countries, Canada, parts of the US, technically, because places like the West Coast have the mountains with like Colorado area and all that. So they would be used to the cold as well, technically. But they do have normal water, so must have went, what if it's iced? Yeah, basically. People just know that like the cold is dangerous, so I'm gonna take the danger on head on. That's basically all it is. God damn. Breath holding record, but you're trapped inside a burning house. I don't think that would last very long, Nano. Also, Solace probably holds that record, let's be real. We're not exactly going to be beating him anytime soon when it comes to that. God, my wrist hurts. Yeah. Success from failures. Well, that is basically what teaching is to some degree. That hurts. Um, got like 45 minutes left. Hmm. Why don't I just line out a new sketch? Doing the tree shading is actually hurting my arm. We will still come back to the tree shading next week, but I just need a break. I think 2.5 hours of that is a little bit rough on the arm. Let me just find a quick pose. I can relate to that, do a bit of wrist stretching. It's not exactly like the joint or the muscles that are hurting for me. It's more so just like my wrist bones. But yeah, don't worry, I'm doing that. Let that biofluid flow. I mean, generally speaking, yes, you need to at least get a little bit of biofluid going. You don't have a wrist supporter? I mean, I do, technically, but I can't really draw with it on. Unless I'm missing something. Very awful poses. I guess technically that's actually what I'm looking for. Like the Booba mouse pad, but smaller? Oh, one of those. No, no, I don't. My desk is very small. We'll come back to this one. Is that gonna be crazy? Nice poses. Oh wait, that's the ref? Yeah, it's just a reference piece. There we go. It's Jud3 1.0. There was no booba on Jude 1.0. What are you talking about, Nano? No, a little more forward. Let's see here. Probably should work on actual body shape. So head spinal column is technically doing that. Given their metal, how helpful is that? Silly Nano. You're already de factoing the user warranty on those. You won't be able to send those in for maintenance now. Soft eraser. I'm just doing a basic sketch for now, Nano, because doing the tree scratching is destroying my wrist. And I just want to take like a quick break to sketch out a separate idea for now. We'll get back to the tree stuff next week, so don't worry about that, but just wanted to give myself a little bit of a break. Are you using your feet now? No, I'm not crazy, Nano. Also just seeing if I can actually replicate this pose correctly. Sword would be going there. I think I've got the hand a little too close. So sword would be here. It would cover one of her eyes, but major sword buff. It's more so this is just going to be another Momiji example, though. It's more so that her sword is just bigger than whatever this person is wielding. And Momiji is trained and she is ready to kick your ass, so if I don't give her, the proper accessories needed, then, well, we're just not going to get anywhere, are we? Arms are technically showing, but then she's got, like, these gigantic sweep sleeves. Taking a break from Momiji by drawing more Look, people are gonna have their favorite characters, okay? People are going to draw their favorite characters more often than the other ones. If Omega was able to tackle at least 5 of the projects that he has in his head, I'm sure at least 3 of them would be Moko. Like everyone's got their favorite but you. Well, I mean, that gives you some time to figure it out at least, you know? Believe it or not, it did take everyone a bit of time to actually figure out who they liked, so. Not like I just instantly picked Momiji because she's got the oak leaf on her shield. There are other reasons I like Momiji over a lot of the other cast. And hell, Momiji's not even technically my favorite. Mostly just because I can't pick a favorite, but like Momiji's up there for me, Hina's up there for me, Yugi is up there for me. I guess Chen, because her birthday is October 10th? This is October 11th? That means that one of the youngest characters in the franchise is older than you, Nano. Are you sure you want to go on that, just not based on age? Well, if that's what you want to go with, I'm certainly not going to stop you. But it wouldn't hurt to look into Chen a little bit more, just so that way you understand what you're getting into with her. Yeah. Chen is older than Shirno? No? Okay. So then to re-evaluate one of the youngest characters, not the youngest character. Because Chen is a Nekomata, but she's only got like a split tail. So she's not super old in the grand scheme of things. does she eat people? You know, I'm not sure if Chen actually eats people. She's kind of a subservient to Kari, so I'd imagine not. Oh, that's a little too lazy. Oh, wait, 1010 was her day, not B day. Why are there two different days to celebrate a character? Oh, that's because a lot of the days that people actually celebrate for is usually some kind of a pun. So, like, for some of the characters, it's just purely based on a pun. Some just have, like, a notable day based on something that happened in fanon. I'm very much not knowledgeable whatsoever on the special days, though. I would kind of need to double check what the one for, like, Hina or Momiji really are. Yeah. Are there any Cthulhu-like characters in Toho? Technically speaking, yes, but they're more so. It's more so a Windows character that's the closest, or generally the closest. Um, I just gotta find the actual images. Give me a sec. So there's Rika, and believe it or not, the eyeball is a tank that she has built. So that's at least the first example of one. And then what's the other one? You could technically count the Satori sisters, like so Satori and Koishi, since they just have eyeballs that are wrapped around them. But there's a Windows 98 mid-stage boss that I don't remember the name of. List. think this page breaks my actual browser. That's fine. Oh, you mean in that sense. Um, I'm told Iron is the oldest. Iron is definitely up there in terms of age. She doesn't exactly make people go crazy by looking at her, but she does have like a half form that pops out during the full moon that doesn't scare people by looking at her in terms of insanity, but they know if they see it, they're functionally dead. But in terms of just sight alone is to get enough to get someone to back off. I don't think there really is, to be honest with you. Because, like, the sages would be super old, but they're not scary to look at. I don't think there's anyone specifically in Toho that would have, like, you look at them and you go insane powers. There's technically Koishi. If you see her, you immediately forget about her, but aside from Koishi, there's not really anyone who fits that bill of sight alone is enough to get you to go crazy. But in terms of age, Iron is up there, the Sages are up there, Remilia is technically up there, and Flandra by extension. It's just vampires. Sakia isn't really old by any stretch. Mei Ling isn't old. Moko technically would be old, because as we kind of discussed before in Discord, she was able to gain her immortality and then live for longer than her partner, and she's just been kind of finding ways to deal with that because immortality is not all that's important in life, unfortunately. And Moko only learned that when it mattered the most that she actually stayed with someone. Yep. Let's see. Internet told me Cherno is the strongest Toho character if she doesn't goof around. No, she's not. Cherno would believe that she would be the strongest character, but she's very far off the mark. She has perfect freeze, but that honestly doesn't really stop anyone. There we go. But the maid can stop time. Cherno can't beat that, can she? Yeah, exactly. A Sakyuki would be able to stop time and basically prep traps for Chirno. Remilia's powers are far and above whatever Chirno can deal with. Yukari has her portals. Raymond can literally just punch through ice or flex through the ice. Like, Chirno would be the strongest of the fairies. That's about as good as you can say it, but even that's not inherently true just because Clown Piece exists. And Clown Piece being another fire holder is enough to deal with Chirno as well. But Chirno wouldn't know that because Clown Piece is stuck in New Hell with Hakatia and Junko, if I remember right. I found this ranking. The little profile pictures are cute. Powerful Toho characters. Oh yeah, that style. I don't know who originated that style, but there may be like a puppet creator for those that you could just basically pose them and move them. Because I've seen plenty of comics using that style. They really put Reimu that high. Okay. Might actually be worth just reading this for the last little bit. Hold on. It's made in 2011, so it might be out of date. Oh yeah, it's super out of date. There aren't too many characters that might be able to top these, but go capture. And nothing left for me, revolution, riot. Oh, what a waste, revolution, riot. Just go adding. Damn it. That's not what I was doing. Adding. I was surprised it's Rainbow part as well. Well, in terms of most power scaling things, Reimu would be quote unquote included, if only because of the fact that she's a main character that you're able to beat everybody with, but she's not that powerful. She just gets lucky most of the time. Yukari seems to be the strongest. That makes some sense because she is one of the older sages, but let the flaming begin by the people who are infuriated that the beloved yokai Moe ended up so low on the list. Oh dear. Justification replacing yokai Moe. Oh, is this just explaining the power set for their own thing too? Top 10 of this blog, of course. No, this might be their own thing. Okay. So they put Yuka in 10th, which is justified by you don't get all godlike with the manipulation of flowers. That's friggin' cheated. Let's see. Hold her on in a fight, so even though she may not be as hacks the characters higher up on the list, you can still probably beat quite a few of them in battle. That's definitely missing a few things from her. Because she is technically stronger than a few of the people I've already seen going through here, but they put at the top here. They put Yukari at the top. Okay. Then Suika. So Yukari makes sense being high. Suika, sure. Remilia, kind of. Mm. Oh, can Remilia do Fate? It's been a while, but yeah, she doesn't really use that very often. Okay, yeah, if Remilia can actually deal with Fate, Suika said Yugi is stronger than her, no? I think so. If this was 2011, though, that might be why, because Yugi doesn't really get featured in much. Manipulate density, create your own density. Okay, so yeah, it's just going off the general power set. And the control over density is strong, but not stronger than these two. I would personally bump these two up and then put Suika here, because Suika would beat Reimu. Realistically speaking, Shinki should also beat Reimu, but the God Ruler, creator of the demonic realm of Makai, Shinki White. Here, obviously, anyone from a character. Yeah, she created the dimension, all the life forms, including Alice. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. We don't exactly know what Shinki can do, but she is supposed to be like a major god. She's obviously created the Makai, which created a lot of shit in itself. And considering her fanon interpretation, puppet dance performance was her entire fault. So she's a creator god, but we don't know much else about her. It's just kind of implied that she's powerful. So I can kind of understand why she's there. But realistically speaking, she should be here with Yukari. Because, yes, Yukari is also a creator god with portals, but Yukari's significantly lazier. And then Kaneko. Talking about general spell cardness. And in general, yes, Kaneko is probably stronger than Suiko. Suiko in herself is definitely strong, and she probably could be Kaneko depending on like the setting. But there's kind of a reason Kaneko is the main god there, and she just lets Suiko, exist. Personal bias, at least. And the fact that she is just the sky deity does kind of give her a few little benefits. But yeah, this definitely feels like a bit of an older list. And I kind of understand Yuka being here. She is technically more powerful, but we definitely don't get much from her either. She kind of has the same problem as Shinki, to be honest with you. She's seen as an all-powerful deity, but we don't see much from her to actually justify anything she does. Kadia should be equal to Shinki? No. I don't... Well, I don't think so, because I don't think Kadia created New Hell on her own. I think that was a joint project between her and Junko and maybe Doremi. Boy. Unless I'm forgetting something, which is entirely possible because I'm not fully up to date on lore either. No, actually, if I'm going to be providing this for art tax, I should at least put the tail on Momiji, shouldn't I? That does technically fulfill the pose idea. It would definitely need to be cleaned up later, but this might be what we work on after we actually finish the Christmas piece. I kind of want to see if I can get some decent pose work done here. Also, thank you, Omega. Actually, just about out of water anyhow. Yeah, Omega missed a bit of discussion. I'm sure he's working on lifting weights or something anyhow, so. You fell asleep. It is late, to be completely fair. Nice wolf ninja. It's more so just wolf swordsman. She's not hiding anything. Yeah. I missed something fun. Well, that's what Thursdays are for. Realistically speaking, Fridays are definitely a better day for fun at the very least. Thursdays are messy, to say the least. There we go. That at least gets us started for a post-Momiji winter sketch. Or post-winter Momiji drawing sketch. He's just more Momiji, as things should be. On gifts. This goes in not bad art. Momiji's dab. You're discussing with the strongest character in Toho, mostly to figure out mine. Eventually, Nano, you'll be able to get who you like. You don't necessarily always have to go for just the strongest out there. You can go for the weak one too. Let's see here. Yeah, that's better. Now, considering it's midnight and I still have to work tomorrow, why don't we find someone to raid real quick? I mean, it's a Thursday, right? People are having fun. Looks like Sako's going. What else is going for art? I see Coconut's going, Womp's going. Oh, Mara's going with P5. And Tina going. Actually, a surprising amount of people doing art. Why don't we just go visit Sako? I'm off tomorrow. Gonna work out and then get as much Grand Blue in before they switch the free characters on me. Sounds about accurate, Omega. Well, hopefully speaking, you're able to actually get some time in with it, and it doesn't just get completely sidelined by getting distracted by something. Yeah, just in terms of my work week, I'll be back tomorrow and we'll work through Pokemon a little bit. I've done a good amount of work off camera just because I wanted to get through all the nonsensical horse shit that they've been adding to the DLC, and I can just explain what what I've gone through, because most of it would not have been fun to do on stream. It took me like 10 hours to grind it out, because that's how fun Pokemon is now. Will say, though, the barbecue quests are bad. It's very annoying to actually go through 50-point things when you're needing to save up 3,000 for something. Either way, though, negativity aside, I'll be back tomorrow with some Pokemans. Hopefully, you have a good rest of your night, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. But for now, bye. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.